Good morning.
Rainy morning.
Rainy morning. It's raining cats and dogs out there, and it's a typical Thai rain where it rains really, really hard for an hour or two, and then it's as sunny as ever. I hope today's gonna be like that.
Okay.
What do we have today?
If you had
Oh
a
yeah.
kid, if you had a kid today,
If I,
if you had a kid today,
oh,
what's the one thing you teach them first?
wanna go?
No, you.
Want me to go?
Okay, I'll start. But it's gonna be like demagoguing because um okay, we don't have children, but uh considering my childhood in my adulthood, I can say because in Soviet Union there was like a paradigm
Paradigm.
paradigm paradigm that someone else owes you something. Like government will provide you with the like apartment. Family also owes you something. I don't know what. Support you, for example. Children also owes to like, parents, etc., etc. And this grow like infantile position in
Mhm.
life. So I would teach a kid to make a choice and to take responsibility of consequences of this choice. First of all, and the second thing, yeah, I know that there is like one thing, but the second thing, I wouldn't. I would. Um, I would try to avoid judgment like be a good girl or be a good boy because afterwards you grow and you cannot set your boundaries. You cannot say no
Mhm.
to people, and it's really like poisoning your life because you do something not because you want to, but in order to be a good girl. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe you don't feel like it, but you do that because you.
So you're saying like you would teach them to follow themselves before teaching
Yeah.
anybody's opinion. Is that what you're saying?
Um. Yes and no, and I wouldn't tell them be a good girl or be a good boy. As a good boy, you
Sounds like
should
a
do.
trauma.
Yes, I think that's it.
I would, again, we don't have any kids, and but if we did, if I did have a child right now, I would definitely stress, not stress, but I would definitely set out, make it a point. I would definitely make it a point to teach that child the following things. It's not going to be obviously just one, but the first and foremost thing that I would teach is question everything. Never follow a crowd. If a million people believe something, do not follow that million. I don't care if it's a political system, a religion. Question every single thing and always think for yourself first. So, critical thinking is the number one thing I would
Yeah.
teach that child. And always take everything a grain of salt, including what I say. Everybody, like for sure, question everybody. Anybody could be wrong. It doesn't matter who it is. That's number one. And number two is I would teach that child that nobody's coming to save them. Nobody. And life is not easy, but first and foremost, you have to be strong and you have to rely on yourself. And that goes for everything. That especially goes for making money, which I wasn't really taught. I mean, yeah, sure, that must be trauma speaking as well, but I wasn't really taught that when I was a child, so I only learned how to like provide for myself independently, without having like a job, which is the easiest thing to do, but provide for myself irregardless of having a job, by the time I was like 33. So, and when I say regardless of having a job, I'm saying I was able to build my freelance business kind of thing, like teaching American pronunciation, niche that business, and actually, uh, move out of the country and live in Asia, live in Thailand as we are right now. And the third thing that I would teach that child is that life is precious. Life is a statistical wonder. And because of that, life as a thing is sacred. And your life is sacred, and your body is sacred. And, you ain't going to have a new one. So treat it as a gift. And it doesn't matter from whom or you know, it's not from whom, it's just the fact that there is a dead, empty universe out there. If you look at any planet out there, it's completely devoid of life, and we are living on the only one that we're aware of, the only one in the observable universe that has any. So, as it is a statistical wonder, it should definitely be preserved and propagated. I know this again, said as somebody who hasn't propagated, but I have my own reasons to do that, of course. But still, nevertheless, if I had a child, those are the values that I would impart.
When speaking, when I spoke about to make a choice,
I might adopt though.
Hmm?
I might adopt.
One children.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, this is pretty common. That to be not common. I mean, we have common point of view on teaching a kid of being
To be what?
to be to rely on yourself.
To rely on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this also comes from the Soviet mentality
Yeah.
where you kind of did rely on the government to give you stuff. So that is
Actually,
definitely in the current world is definitely something to step away from.
infantile position,
Hmm.
So if I have a kid, so government owes me or everybody else owes me something.
So, what do you teach your kids? Write in the comments, and if we do at some point choose to have children or maybe adopt children, I don't know. I don't exclude any possibility right now, but let's discuss. And I think it's time to, yeah,
To pull another one.
to pull another one. You do it.
Okay.
What we got?
What's your weirdest food habit?
What's my weirdest food habit?
Yeah, I have a few.
What's your weirdest food habit? That's the one we got tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.